Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Actually, I receiving a lot of message on my inbox asking how I revert and how I found Islam. And now I'm here to share my stories about accepting Islam. I'm Annabel Torres, 39 years of age. I'm a reverted. Many have asked me how I revert and how I found Islam. 2010, I flew to Singapore to find a job. I lived there for 2 months to get a job. Within 2 months, I met someone who is a businessman who owns a big restaurant in Singapore. He took me to work as a secretary in his restaurants. He's Muslim and he often told me about Islam. I only listened to him at first, but because he always telling about Islam, I started to have many questions. One here is who Prophet Muhammad is and how Islam started. He also told me about Prophet Jesus, that they believe as a person. When I heard it, I realized that it's not far away from my religious belief, because the Church of Christ, which is my religion before, they do not believe that Christians that Christ is God but a man. Because we often talk about Islam, since then I started researching about Islam. I go Google if I have questions to get me an answer. And I was surprised that with every question I always had an answer, and I felt that I got the answer that I was looking for. My boss and I was close to one another and everything was fine. One day he invited me to his house to watch a movie. I was surprised when he said that this is a story about Prophet Muhammad. Because I'm interested in Islam, I watch it well, and I almost cry when I see the difficulties of Prophet Muhammad, followers of him who died and sacrificed life only to fight against Islam. I cannot explain my feelings, but when I finished watching the story of Prophet Muhammad, I turned and talked to Allah. I still remember how I told him, of course, I'm a Christian, and I won't believe unless I see a sign. So I said to Allah, Allah, if Islam is the true religion, then give me a sign. And if I see the sign, I will convert into Islam. I want to see a crescent moon next to a star, and no other star in the sky, but just a crescent moon and a star tomorrow night. After I asked the sign, I mixed thinking on my mind and saying, it's impossible. It's impossible really to have a crescent moon and star in the sky and nothing else but these two. That's really impossible. Next day after work, I went to a restaurant in Clementi to have my dinner. After I had my dinner, while I was on my way and walking, suddenly I stopped to take the key of my flat on my bag. I accidentally looked to the sky and saw the sign that I asked Allah, Subhanallah. And the sign that I saw was the one that we see at the top of the masjid. It's a crescent moon and a star. I cannot believe, and I walk and as I'm walking, looking in the sky, I say to myself that it's not true, but it's true because I see it on my own eyes. I began to search the Quran. Exactly, I have to return to my country because my pass was not approved. And while I was in my country and was waiting to return to Singapore, I did not stop learning about Islam. I asked every Muslim, and I asked if they can give me Quran, but every Muslim I talk, they don't want to give me Quran because they think I'm going to throw it or just steal it because I'm not Muslim. One day, I went again and I saw a female Muslim. I asked if she could give me a Quran because I was researching about Islam. She did not think twice. She gave me a number of imam that she knew that has Quran in their house. When I got home, I called the imam and asked if he could give me a Quran because I wanted to read it. I'm glad that the imam was give me the Quran translation, and while I was reading this, I decided to try to go in Islamic online chat to ask how to convert in Islam. I went to convert Islam. I went to convert Islam site led by Saudi, and there I made my first Shahada, Alhamdulillah. They phoned me and taught me to say La ilaha illallah until I looked for a Muslim woman who can help me to convert to Islam in the masjid. I told my boss that I wanted to convert Islam, but I was surprised when he says that I could not convert because I was not enough knowledge in Islam. And because I read the Quran, that I read that Allah will give you opportunity to call you to Islam. I did not waste this opportunity. I decided to phone the Muslima and get another Quran again, and at the same time to take a Shahada. The woman was always busy, so she said that she only available on the next day, and that is Wednesday. The day before the next day, where I gonna meet the sister, the storm came. I was thinking if I will meet the girl or not. I asked myself, what if I did not meet this woman again and had no chance to meet us again? And what if this will be the last chance that Allah gave me to take a Shahada? So I decided that even though there was a storm tomorrow, I would continue to meet this woman. The next day, I was about to leave the house, and did you know what happened? The rain stopped and became sunny. Subhanallah, it's really amazing. Again, I talked to Allah and I said that, Ya Allah, you are so powerful that you made the day on my Shahada easy. You stopped the rain so I did not have a hard time going to where I met the woman to have a Shahada. Until I met the woman and we went to the masjid, and that was the first day when I started using hijab. And the day of my Shahada, after 2 weeks that I took my Shahada, my kids followed me and they accepted Islam too. Alhamdulillah. And that was August 12, 2012. And Alhamdulillah, we were 6 years in Islam now. Hopefully many people will inspire my story and open their hearts and accept Islam in their hearts. And that no matter how difficult it is, they should not stop to know what is Islam. Because I believe that the person who wants to know the truth, Allah will make it easy for them. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.